Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona, and today I'm doing the new arrival video for February 17th, 2023. So, we got a ton of stuff to show you guys today. I've got a Whatnot auction coming up this week with a bunch of jazz titles. I'll show you that at the end, kind of a little preview of some of the stuff that's going to go up. There's a lot of killer pre-orders that came, a good chunk of restocks. The amount of restocks that have come in the last 2 or 3 weeks has kind of given me the feeling like we're going to get back to a little bit of normalcy coming up really, really soon. So many catalog titles of just stuff that hasn't been available in years is starting to come back. You know, the whole Foo Fighters catalog, the Deftones catalog, the Depeche Mode catalog, it's that kind of stuff. The stuff people want. You know, find originals of that. Either they don't exist or they cost a fortune. So those restock catalog titles, people want, they're after them. Got a bunch of those. A lot of good new arrivals this week as well, but there's also a lot of good pre-orders that were announced, and I'm going to tell you guys about a few of them. You can go to the website, theingroove.com, pre-orders on the main page. The first one is going to be a big one. It is Chet Baker Plays and Sings. This is a Blue Note tone poet. Like the last Chet Baker Blue Note tone poet, which is now $200 because it's just awaiting a repress and hasn't had one in so long, this one is going to be a really in-demand title. I think people are going to kind of like have this memory retention of, oh, Chet Baker, tone poet, big money, big money. I think this is going to be really, really hot. So get a pre-order in on this one. I think they're going to make quite a big chunk of these, though, as compared to the last go-around. That comes out, what is that? April 7th. So April 7th, and you got Stanley Turrentine's Mr. Natural. Comes out the same day. New cover on them, Mr. Natural, which is kind of cool. That is a title that, yeah, that's part of the, you know, they did a lot of unreleased stuff in the early 80s. The Japanese kind of did it. We did it. We had kind of, when Blue Note changed hands, they kind of went through the vault and started purging stuff that was never released. And this has come out, but this is getting an updated cover. A lot of the covers on those titles were pretty lame. And they got 2 Blue Note Classic titles that were just recently announced. Fuchsia Swing Song by Sam Rivers, that's a Blue Note Classic. And Herbie Hancock's Imperial Islands, that comes out, both of those March 17th. One of my favorite Herbie Hancock records. It's a record I recommend all the time for people to get them into jazz because of Cantaloupe Island is such an iconic song if you've, you know, from the 80s and the 90s, because US3 had a huge hit with it. So a lot of people who might not even know anything about jazz, have no clue who Herbie Hancock is, are very, kind of like Rocket, they're very, very familiar with Cantaloupe Island. So that's a record that I can recommend to people, get them into jazz. They're doing an all analog Kevin Gray cut. This is going to be even more so. But yeah, it's been a while. I actually listened to that US. When I saw the pre-order announcement, I listened to that US3. And, you know, it was a good tune. They did a good job at that. They put Pee Wee Marquette, who was the announcer at Birdland. They kind of sampled him in it. It's got the Herbie, the little hip-hop overdubs. It was pretty well done. And I think it was kind of nice because it put a lot of eyes back on Herbie. But yeah, Pee Wee Marquette, the announcer at Birdland. There's a video on YouTube of him on the David Letterman show. It's kind of a must-see. He was a small guy, and apparently he would extort the musicians, you know, Art Blakey, these guys, for money to properly announce their names. Otherwise, he would like go after them on stage. It's a fascinating read. He's kind of a mythical guy amongst Blue Note collectors because he's on so many albums as the announcer. Art Blakey's Jazz Corner of the World, he's the announcer on that, but you know, at the entrance. But yeah, check that video out. I think he sings a standard on there or something. It's really bizarre. Okay, Elvis Live, 1972. They did that 6 CD Elvis on Tour box set, which was, I think, 5 or 6 concerts. Unfortunately, I burnt everybody out in the store on Elvis for a little while because it's, I think, 6 concerts on that box set, maybe 6 concerts and some rehearsal. And I played it 2 days in a row back to back. So, you know, the concerts are pretty similar because it was like for a very short amount of time. You know, there was essentially that filming, that when they were filming for that movie. But yeah, so now if I play Elvis Live in the store, I get dirty looks from the employees, but I do it anyways. But this is the vinyl variation of that CD box set. It's kind of the best of. which is kind of nice because with that box set, there's a little bit of an issue. I enjoyed it, but there's songs where the mics go out, or there's some recording issues. So they're going to call a best of. It's going to be a 2-disc set, and that comes out pretty soon here. Elvis Live 72, it's called. Great cover as well on that. I love Elvis Live is my absolute favorite of all. I know everybody, the old school guys, they always like that early rock in Elvis. I like Las Vegas Elvis. It is by far my favorite Elvis, from my favorite performer of all time. Okay, some CDs, SACDs to show you guys first. We don't do much with CDs, but I get the indie exclusive CDs when they're available. We've got this Dermot Kennedy, brand new album, and it's autographed. On the website, yeah. Sam Smith's new album, Gloria. This is the autographed indie store exclusive. So it's going to have, I think, an autographed insert in this. So yeah, Sam Smith. Both indie store exclusives. Then I've got a restock of some Japanese SACDs. And I think these are the SACD. Maybe some of these might have the quad mix on them as well. Maybe not. But I got a big restock of these. They're quite nice. I mean, it's a 7x6. It's like the size of a 7-inch single. And they're like replica CDs, they call them. But I mean, they're real nice tip-on jackets. They did an exceptional job on them. Carole King Tapestry. Mahavishnu Orchestra, Birds of Fire. Santana. And I think there's a Braxis. Yeah, Santana. I got a Braxis as well. I don't know why I didn't show that. I got a Braxis as well. And I've got Toto 4. Somebody emailed me on this and told me they were just absolutely blown away how good this Toto sounds. There's actually a 5.1 surround mix on this as well. So it's a 2-channel SACD, a 5.1 channel SACD, and then you've got a 2-channel CD layer if you want to if you got a standard CD layer. There is the Abraxas. Really nicely done, foil cover. This is actually quadraphonic as well. So you've got a 2-channel and a quadraphonic mix on here. But yeah, pretty good. Okay, let me show you guys this week's new arrivals. Set those there. The first two are Blue Note Classics, all analog, cut by Kevin Gray. We've got Horace Parlan, Speaking My Piece. And we've got Jackie McLean's Bluesnick. This is actually a really good album. Always dug this record. I think Music Matters did this. Maybe it's a 45 RPM from the best of my memory. So not a particularly easy record to get. This I was kind of interested in. The hype on it didn't really show much. And looking at it, it doesn't really show much. But it does look like it was extremely well done. So this is Archie Shepp's Blasé. This is a really well done reissue. It's a gatefold cover. It's in a Japanese resealable sleeve. This is the way they come out. And it says official BYG album, newly remastered on 180-gram white vinyl. So for you Archie Shepp fans, or if you just want to piss off your spouse, I know that's what happens if I put Archie Shepp on. My wife starts telling me off, but I have to do it when she's gone. But this looks pretty good. I'm going to have to give this a listen to. And there's 2 in the series. We've got Gong. Gong's Magic Brothers. So it looks like BYG is doing some of these reissues. Actually, I had an original of this come in not too long ago. Played it in the store and like 3 people tried buying it. Tubeway Army. It's 1978 debut album. Saw Gary Newman actually here in Phoenix about a year ago. It was a killer show. This, I feel like, okay, yeah, this is the blue marbled vinyl variant. Very hard records to get. The Gary Newman stuff in general is just not that common on vinyl. And we've got replicas. Vinyl reissue, mastered from HD Digital, $24.96. So that's good. Transfers of analog tapes. Why not just do it from the analog tape? They're literally advertising on it that they had the analog tape and they did a digital transfer and did it that way. What a bummer. But at least it was done from a high-res file, sourcing the original tape, so it can be done quite good, if they want to. We'll see. The Cult. They're starting to do a lot of Cult reissues. I'm really excited about it. It's been a long, these records are getting, I think I had a promo of this on the wall. It was a promo, but it was close to $100. I mean, some of these cult records are very hard to find and very expensive. This is, let's see, Beggar's Archive, they're calling it. So I guess that's going to be their back issue catalogs. The Cult, Love. This, I think it's a new special 5-year anniversary of The Weeknd's Beauty Behind the Madness. Man, has it been 5 years? I remember when this was new. This is a Splatter Color 2LP vinyl edition, which really, for all intents and purposes, this is the version that's in print, because I haven't seen the original in quite some time. The Eminem Show Expanded Edition. This looks like, yeah, 4LP, not quite a box set, but a 4LP gatefold record set. The Expanded Eminem Show. Some live tracks on here, some instrumental tracks. Actually, a lot of live tracks. So you got the album, some live concerts, some festival show concerts, some instrumentals as well. So, yeah. Stevie Miller. Circle of Love. I want to say this is a splatter or vinyl, a color variation. You'd have to check the website, but I feel like this is maybe blue vinyl or a color variation of some kind. Restock, also Japanese from, got some Japanese stuff, so why not some Japanese LPs as well? This is the Bill Evans album. Pressed at Sony Japan, one of the absolute best pressing plants in existence today. The stuff they're putting out is unbelievable as far as manufacturing quality. Mastering is a different story, although what I've heard is pretty good. But they are making vinyl records at the same level as they were making MoFi records in the 80s. The stuff they're doing is just unbelievable. Fantastic. And the very first record they were pressed at Sony Japan when the plant reopened was Billy Joel's 52nd Street. Also got a restock of Miles Davis Sorcerer. This was cut from a DSD file, kind of like the MoFi, and Nefertiti DSD as well. Really well done. Like I said, they do such a great job replicating the tip-on jacket. Fantastic. They put it in a 12-inch DJ sleeve so you don't get seam splits in the mail. They did that on everything but the new... They used to do it on the Billy Joel, but it looks like this time around there's no DJ sleeve there. But yeah. All right, the Pretty Reckless. Other Worlds. We've got A Flock of Seagulls. Remastered on transparent orange vinyl. Whitney, self-titled. This is the special edition. Includes new photos and fan testimonials of love. Did I show this last week? They're doing her first 2 albums as reissues. I know MoFi is doing this one, but don't have a word on a date on that yet. Hopefully they knock it out of the park with that one. I think that's a great title for them to attempt. They're doing it as a single disc super vinyl, if I'm not mistaken. That's on the website for pre-order, but we got the 35th, not 35th anniversary, it's just the Celebrate 35 Years version in stock now. I want to play this so bad, but I had everybody threaten to walk out today in the store. Had to prepare for this video, so I couldn't do it, but this record is just an unbelievable banger. I highly recommend it. That is William Shatner's Seeking Major Tom. This is a 3LP box set. Extremely reasonably priced. What is this? 55 bucks, 3LP box set. This is a reissue because I think the original was a foil cover, if I'm not mistaken. And this is not a foil cover. He's covering all space-oriented music on this. Go and listen to William Shatner do Bohemian Rhapsody. It's perfect. I will say it is akin to avant-garde spoken word rock, but it's fantastic. I personally love it. He does Space Oddity, Major Tom, She Blinded Me with Science, Bohemian Rhapsody, Silver Machine, tons of great tunes on this. I gotta say, I'll play it on a Saturday. The store will be packed. Most people don't hate it, but I would say they either love it or they hysterically laugh out loud. I personally love it. I think hysterically laugh out loud is the predominant response, but really good. Look who's on it. Zakk Wylde, Sheryl Crow, Richie Blackmore, Peter Frampton, Steve Miller, Lyle Lovett, plus members of the Strokes, the Kinks, Tangerine Dreams, Alice in Chains, Deep Purple, Yes, and MC5. These guys get it. I mean, they know what's up. Huge reissue catalog going. I wouldn't say reissue. There's a huge campaign going on for Deep Purple, and I've got a bunch of these things coming in over the next couple of weeks. But they're reissuing a ton of live. I keep saying reissuing. They're issuing a ton of live concerts from Deep Purple. Super limited. This is live in Graz, 1975. This is on Ear Music. They've done a lot of these concert reissues, and a lot of them have been fantastic. 3,000 copies, numbered, limited, red gold, heavyweight, 2 LP vinyl edition, 1974. Blackmore, Coverdale, Hughes, Lord, and Pace. This is actually number 200 of 3,000. They've done some Alanis Morissette, Blondie, bunch of stuff. UFO, I mean, I want to say there's like 10 concerts they've got coming out in the next 2 weeks. UFO, Werewolves of London. Double LP on black vinyl with a poster that is included. We've got, oh, this is really good. I listened to this earlier today. This is Ogassa. Ogassa Original Volume 1. This is a 1978 Afro Soul classic by the obscure Proto-Novo mind-based group. Recorded in EMI Studios, Lagos. Let's see, reissued in full with the original artwork for the first time. This is Acid Jazz, the Acid Jazz label. I streamed it. I don't know the difference in quality between that and this. Musically, this was really good. But I dig the Acid Jazz label. A lot of the stuff they put out is actually quite exceptional. Manchetta, Volume 1 and 2. A compilation of Bugarin's memories, dreams, and demos and outtakes from Austin, Texas. We've got Danzig, Circle of Snakes. This is on black of vinyl, gatefold. I'm sure being Danzig, it'll come out in 17 different more varieties in the future, but as of now, it's just on black vinyl. So check this out. It's super cool. Maybe I'm easily amused. The Brian Jonestown Massacre, right? Look at this. Show you the back. But check out the front. It actually comes with a pack of colored pencils. And you color the cover. Now, I don't know how many people that are actually going to color the cover. But how cool is that? It comes with the pencils. So yeah, just nicely stuck onto the cover there. You get your record, and yeah, you color it up. We got the Patriot Defense missiles there on the front, and we've got the jouster on the back. Quantar, original game soundtrack. We've got The Pretty Reckless on bone vinyl. This is an indie store exclusive of Other Worlds. We got Little Baby. This is his highly anticipated third solo album. I didn't personally highly anticipate this, but I mean, the hype sticker says so, so I'm guessing somebody did. Inhaler. Cuts and Bruises, a limited edition white vinyl. Some more. This is a fantastic record. Fantastic. Gil Scott-Heron. Small Talk at 125th and Lenox. This actually has the Revolution Will Not Be Televised, right? Actually, where's the track listing on this? I'm almost positive this has the Revolution Will Not Be Televised. Classic tune, fantastic record. I believe this was his very first record. A New Black Poet. Yeah, on the Flying Dutchman. Good luck trying to find an original of these. Almost positive this is his first album. The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. Let me see. Great record. Let's see. The Revolting Cocks, Big Sexy Land. Two LP set. We've got The Head and the Heart. 2 LP of Every Shade of Blue. Previously includes 3 previously unreleased tunes. Melanie Martinez. What do we got here? Well, this is the 2 LP deluxe edition of Crybaby. This is, I wanted to say this was a color vinyl variant, but I could be wrong. Includes 3 bonus tracks as well. And because they, reissued that Seeking Major Tom, they're going to keep reissuing Shatner records, which I think is a great idea. Now, this one I personally don't have, so I can't comment on it. But this is William Shatner's Has Been. Like H-A-S, Has, B-E-E-N. And I'm not, normally his best stuff are covers. And I'm not familiar with any of these tunes, so I'm going to have to give this a listen to. Oh, this is the Ben Fold album. I've actually streamed this. This is actually quite good as well. Not as good as Seeking Major Tom. Soundtrack from the Netflix anime series Exception. Ooh, music by Ryuichi Sakamoto. That's probably quite good. Haven't seen the, haven't heard this, don't watch anime, but yeah. Benny King's Greatest Hits. This is Friday Music, and I'm guessing this is the color variant. It's got the alternative barcode on the back. And we got the best of Percy Sledge. Probably a color variant as well. The Friday Music color variants, actually, they don't do that many of them. New album by Quasi. Breaking the Balls of History. This is the Loser Edition, which for Sub Pop is their title for first pressing. Loser Edition in this case is on colored vinyl. So they typically will do a Loser Edition first. All the subsequent records manufactured afterwards are on black vinyl. Andy Schaaf, Norm. This is the indie exclusive vinyl variant. The Ohio Players. This is also a Friday Music title. We've also got, let's see, what is this? Is this a new album by Pink? Pink, Trustfall. Yeah, new record. It's got a guest there by Chris Stapleton as well. Let's see, the Residents. The Residents present the third Reich and Roll. Present the third Reich and Roll. Let's see, remastered from the original tapes. Let's see, it also previously unreleased Groovy Great RDX Suite. Chris Christopherson live at the Austin City Limits. Let's see, this is the colored vinyl exclusive. I'm guessing an indie exclusive. 2 LP set. Should have front loaded this because this is actually going to be a hot title. It is the Motley Crue Crucial Albums collection. So it's all their studio albums from 81 to 89, which is pretty much what everybody wants anyways. Dr. Feelgood, Girls, 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 Theater of Pain, Shout at the Devil, and Too Fast for Love. And they are all on colored vinyl. So yeah. Of course, they mention on there that the first one was platinum, 4X platinum, 4X platinum, 4X platinum, and 6X platinum. And the ones after that, maybe not so platinum. But yeah, kind of see what's going on there on the back. It's got that foil back. Kind of a textured leather cover. Looks pretty well done. Ah, here's some more of those Deep Purple concerts. This is Long Beach, 1971. This is numbered as well. Number 87. Got some low numbers. That last one was 200. This is 87. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. This is a dig. Is this a reissue? Maybe this is just a restock. Could be a reissue. I'm not sure why it's up here. It's Too Late. Wilson Pickett. This is an RSD Essential title. RSD Essential titles exclusive only to record stores that are RSD registered, and they're kind of a one and done deal. They make them once, they sell out, and that's it. They're gone. Gora, From Mars to Sirius, limited edition picture disc. But yeah. We've got Rick Wakeman, The Stage Collection. All right, I think the next stuff coming up are some of the better restocks I wanted to kind of highlight, and then I'll show you guys what's coming on Whatnot, the auction this Sunday. Of course, Hank Mobley Soul Station, Blue Note Classic, all analog cut by Kevin Gray, fantastic record, Art Blakey, Paul Chambers, and Wynton Kelly. All of the Blue Note Grant Green stuff is super popular and always out of stock. Grant Green's Grant's First Stand. Also got a restock of some Grant Green Tone Poets. The Scolo Hofo, which is essentially the collaboration between Scofield and Lavono. 2 LP set. One of the more modern, I think this was done in 2002, 2003 originally. One of the more modern releases from the Blue Note Tone Poet catalog. An essential top 10 greatest jazz album of all time. An absolute must. Cannonball Adderley, Miles Davis, Something Else. Killer record, all analog. Some reissues by Mazzy Star, So Tonight That I Might See. This has Fade Into You. This is the one everybody wants. Almost never in stock, always awaiting repress. McCoy Tyner, The Real McCoy. This next one is a record that the reissue, the last reissue, was going for like $100. Beck's Sea Changes. But like I said, they're starting to put these key titles back into print. Starting to see some Smashing Pumpkins reissues. Got restock of Gish. Still no word on Siamese Dream or Melancholy, but you know. Herbie Hancock, The Prisoner, Blue Note Tone Poet. Great record. Love the 70s, late 60s. Yeah, this is late 60s, 69. 69, love that 70s era Herbie Hancock. Inventions and Dimensions, Herbie Hancock. Blue Note Classic series. Oh, yeah, I don't know if it was in here or not, but the Grant Green Born to Be Blue Tone Poet, a record that was going for a couple $100. All the Tone Poets are in stock. Chet Baker Sings, every one of them are in stock. If you can wait, you will get them at retail. Like I said, I'm starting to see stuff now get caught up like never before. This is the recent reissue of Steely Dan's Can't Buy a Thrill. Using the Bernie Grundman mastering, a lot of people have said this thing is absolutely unbelievable. I've got the UHQR of it, still in stock too, but I just don't need, I'm not a huge Steely Dan fan, although I do like this album. I just don't need every version of Can't Buy a Thrill. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a video of it. Alice Coltrane's Patah, the El Duad, part of the Verve by Request series. This record has been getting rave reviews. It sounds absolutely fantastic. An original of this was going for $400 or $500. Probably still is, even with this reissue. But the sound on this is killer. Haven't been able to keep it in stock. Great record. And again, one of the top 10 best jazz albums of all time. It is Kenny Burrell's Midnight Blue. Killer, killer record. Chitlin's Concarne's on this. Stevie Ray Vaughan later covered it. Great record. All right, let me show you guys what we're going to put on Whatnot this week. It's going to be Arizona time. I want to say 12 o'clock, 100 items. It's going to be maybe about 2 hours long. If you click the link below, you can see everything that we're auctioning off. We auction everything in alphabetical order. So the first thing on the list will be the first title. The last will be the last title we auction off. Mostly jazz. There's a couple of rock titles in there. If you've never purchased on Whatnot before from us, if you click that link below this video, you'll see if you register with that link, you'll get 15 bucks off. You don't have to register to watch. Me and Angel do it. It's a lot of fun. Kind of like a Sunday live stream, but more oriented to showing records, and it's pretty rapid fire. But yeah, let me show you what we're going to be auctioning off. Good combination. I'm going through that jazz collection, about halfway through it, but a lot of one-step still. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Again, every one of these things sells at no reserve. This is great. The Norah Jones vinyl collection, out of print from QRP. The only record in this that's opened is Come Away With Me. Everything else is still sealed. So, an original of Hank Mobley's The Turnaround. We've got an original of Monk's Dream. Columbia 2i, Black Text. Pat Martino, Exit. This is just a sampling. Like I said, it's about 100, 101 items. Some older tone poets that are awaiting repress. And there's a good chunk of Music Matters titles. How about Midnight Blue? Music Matters. Sealed Music Matters Midnight Blue. This is the, that's a 33. This is the 45 RPM of Clifford Brown's Memorial album from Music Matters, still sealed. Numbered edition, 812. And the 33 RPM of Tina Brooks' True Blue. This is now an original of this, is probably the most expensive album on Blue Note at this point. I used to see Hank Mobley's Sextet go for that $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. I'm seeing this record more consistently go for the most. So this actually might at this point in time be the most expensive album on Blue Note. It's going for some huge money, crazy money. But it's kind of crazy in the way too, because that Blue Note 1500 series was the legendary Blue Note series. And yeah, this is Blue Note 4041. So huge money. It's been going for huge money. But click the link below. You can see everything that's going to be auctioned. Mostly jazz, couple of rock titles. Should be fun. Again, you don't have to register. You can watch. It's enjoyable. Ask questions, that kind of thing. I try to answer as much as I can. All right, guys, check us out online at theingroove.com. Until next time.